Today we will explore external memory, which refers to storage devices that exist outside the main memory of a computer. These are crucial for long-term data storage and backup. We'll cover various types of external memory including magnetic disks, solid-state drives, RAID systems, optical memory like CDs and DVDs, and magnetic tape. Each has unique characteristics suited for different applications. A magnetic disk is a fundamental type of external memory. It's composed of a non-magnetic substrate, typically aluminum or glass, coated with a magnetizable material. Glass substrates are gaining popularity due to their benefits. They provide better uniformity in magnetic film, reduce surface defects and read-write errors, allow lower fly heights for the read-write head, improve stiffness, and can better endure shocks and damage. Disks can have either fixed or movable read-write heads. Fixed-head disks have one head per track mounted on a rigid arm. In contrast, movable head disks use one head that moves across tracks. Disks may be non-removable, like the hard drives in most PCs, or removable, such as floppy disks. Some disks are double-sided, allowing both surfaces to be used for data storage, which effectively doubles the storage capacity. Once the disk starts spinning, air pressure lifts the head slightly, reducing wear and allowing it to float at a very low fly height. This enables high-precision access and dense data packing, but also increases the risk of error if any imperfection or debris is present. So, key characteristics include ultra-close head-to-disk operation, high data density potential, vulnerability to contamination, use in sealed assemblies for reliability. This classification is important in determining disk. Disk classification is often based on head mechanisms. Winchester heads, for instance, are designed to operate extremely close to the disk surface, allowing higher data density. They rely on sealed assemblies to reduce contaminants and ride on a cushion of air generated by the spinning disk. While this improves performance, it also increases the risk of error from surface imperfections. Disk performance is influenced by several parameters. Seek time is how long it takes for the read-write head to reach the desired track. Rotational delay refers to the time taken for the sector to align under the head. Access time is the sum of these two. Finally, transfer time is the duration needed to read or write data after alignment is achieved. RAID 0 improves performance by stripping data across multiple disks. This technique enhances both transfer rates and I/O request rates. For small I/O requests, RAID 0 reduces queuing by processing them in parallel. However, it offers no redundancy. If one disk fails, data is lost. RAID 1 provides redundancy through mirroring. Each piece of data is duplicated onto a second disk. It offers high read performance and simple recovery from disk failure. Though write performance isn't penalized, the main drawback is cost, as storage capacity is effectively halved. In RAID 2, all disks work in parallel, and data is striped at very fine levels, sometimes as small as a byte. Error correction is achieved using Hamming codes, requiring several redundant disks. RAID 2 is ideal for environments prone to frequent errors, but it's rarely used due to its complexity and cost. RAID 3 uses byte-level stripping and a single parity disk. It provides high data transfer rates and continuous operation in reduced mode if a disk fails. The missing data is reconstructed using the parity information. This setup is suitable for large, sequential data operations, but less effective in transaction-heavy environments. RAID 4 introduces independent access, meaning disks can operate independently to serve separate I/O requests. However, every write operation requires updating parity, resulting in a write penalty. This limits its effectiveness for frequent small writes. RAID 5 distributes parity information across all disks to avoid bottlenecks, improving performance over RAID 4. RAID 6 builds on this with dual parity blocks, allowing two disks to fail without data loss. Though this increases data availability, it also introduces a substantial write penalty. This table provides a comparative overview of RAID levels 0 through 3. Let's break it down. RAID 0 offers excellent performance in both read and write operations due to data stripping. However, it provides no redundancy. If one disk fails, all data is lost. RAID 1 duplicates all data across two disks. It offers fault tolerance with fast reads, since any read can be served by either disk. The trade-off is cost, as effective capacity is halved. RAID 2 is rarely used today. It stripes data at the. Continuing the comparison, this slide covers RAID levels 4 through 6. RAID 4 uses block-level stripping with a dedicated parity disk. It allows independent access for reads but suffers from a write bottleneck due to frequent parity updates. RAID 5 improves on this by distributing parity across all disks, avoiding the single-disk bottleneck of RAID 4. It strikes a good balance between performance, redundancy, and storage efficiency. RAID 6 adds another layer of protection with dual parity. SSDs outperform HDDs in several aspects. They have higher IOPS, better durability, longer lifespans, consume less power, and are quieter and cooler. Most importantly, they offer faster access times and lower latency, making them ideal for performance-critical applications. Despite their advantages, SSDs face wear-related limitations. Write operations require erasing and rewriting entire memory blocks, leading to performance degradation over time. Solutions include wear leveling algorithms, caching mechanisms, and bad block management. Many SSDs also estimate their own health, helping predict failures before they occur. CD-ROMs, derived from audio CD technology, are used for distributing large amounts of data. Data is stored as microscopic bits burned into polycarbonate disks and coated with reflective layers. These disks are inexpensive to mass-produce and suitable for archival storage, but they are read-only and slower than magnetic disks. CDRs are write-once media, ideal for permanent records. CDRWs use a phase-change material allowing repeated writes. However, CDRWs degrade with use. Each has its place, CDR for one-time backups and CDRW for temporary or frequently updated data. RAID 1 provides redundancy through mirroring. Each piece of data is duplicated onto a second disk. It offers high read performance and simple recovery from disk failure. Though write performance isn't penalized, the main drawback is cost, as storage. In summary, external memory spans magnetic disks, SSDs, RAID arrays, optical disks, and magnetic tapes. Each has distinct strengths: RAID for redundancy, SSDs for speed, optical media for distribution, and tapes for archival storage. Understanding these technologies is key to selecting the right storage solution for any scenario.